Okay, this is our bedroom. This is as far away as I can get pointing in this direction. That is the dresser that evidently was gotten in two parts, but the mother finds quite precious. You can see that it's filled with Julie's pretties. Those are the few things that she has of her little pretties. The entire room was either her furniture piled up with clothes that she'd made custom or little pretties everywhere. Whole room, in fact, our whole apartment was like that when I first moved in. I'm going to try to zoom in because you asked a funny question when you asked, where she was going to put the tortoise shell. Put it outside? No, she likes to decorate with stuff like that. She likes outdoor stuff. One of her favorite things is something she found in Arizona, which is that skull. It's a cow skull or something, but anyway, that's the thing. I'm going to try to give you an idea of what's in our room. Now, it's messy right now, but it's only very briefly not, ever, because this is our only space. I kind of had to twist her arm to let us have clothes in here at all. There simply isn't a closet. It's just a room, which was initially, in the very beginning, this was the sitting room, because this is what they call the front door. It's one of the two entrances and exits to the house, the other being downstairs. And at least we do have an upstairs, way to get out. Otherwise, it'd be the windows. Let's try to get the front door further back. This is our room. Managed to figure out a way to get the TV set up. This is our only real place to sit comfortably. You've seen downstairs, and downstairs just there's no way to sit and look at the TV because of the way that the room is arranged. Now, back 2 times now, we've tried really, really hard to get the room arranged in such a way that people could sit and watch the TV comfortably, but Ms. Wallace just simply will not allow it. It's not that there's any mean thing about it. It's just you can't get her agree to do it. No, she's just not happy with it anyway, but the way that it is. So I'm walking back into the front yard. It's a lot more sun today, so maybe it'll look a little more cheery and pleasant. Oh, remember when I first moved here, I told you that it was an explosion of crepe myrtle. You can barely start to see it, but these big, tall trees here, you can see the beginning of the crepe myrtle explosion. These are all crepe myrtles in this front yard. There's one over there by the building that's just starting to bloom as well. That tree right there is a walnut tree. It used to be much larger. In fact, if you look at the bottom, there's a stump about 2.5, 3 feet across. That was originally the walnut tree. It was cut down, I can't remember why, but it was diseased or something. But that walnut tree has grown up from the stump, and it bears a bunch of walnuts that we have to pick up, or had to pick up last year. Somewhere in here, there used to be a giant oak right where the crepe myrtles are. But when they came in and paved this road, they warned them, but they cut in so far that it actually killed that giant oak. And I've still got the rope from a rope swing. They got buried. I pulled it out of the barn, buried in the dirt. But there used to be a big oak right there as Julie was growing up. This was still a dirt road back then. That tree up there that I've shown you, that oak tree that's by the Glenn's house property, it looks in pretty good shape, but I'm a little concerned that the root system for it has been compromised. It's been years now. I'm a little worried about how secure it is, but at least that tree does not overhang that house in any way. The closest it looks like it might from here, but the branch, get out past here so you can see better. Those branches that reach out and look like they might start to, in another 10, 20 years, it might overhang the house, but it would never get to that point. I would go ahead and start trimming it away in the next year or two. But according to Janice, that tin roof was put on 2 years ago, just before they split up, and she says it's the heaviest tin roofing that you can get. It's guaranteed for 80 years. Again, this is just a different view in cheerier weather. This is the garden. I'm about to start pulling up the dead sunflowers. Those little feathery things that we've let grow in there, we thought were some of the wildflowers from the wildflower mix. I can see now, though, that they're just weeds that keep us from seeing some of the flowers that did come up. So we've let them grow to no avail. And a different view of the barn. Right now I'm standing right next to the outbuilding that Julie bought when she first got here. Now this building right here, this is one that Julie owned back when we were living in Asheville together. And this is one that they bought when she first moved here. These two little rooms were completely every cubic inch packed with stuff. The only problem with that is if it's every cubic inch is packed, you can't get to anything. And so that's what's happened as I've gotten some stuff out. We actually use these on, it's not as well as I'd like, but on an ongoing basis. I can put things in there temporarily and bring them back out again. It's a lot of work, but it's better than not being ever able to get to them at all. Now we've got fall stuff just starting to bloom here. It's kind of pretty. And I'm about to go up and load some stuff up. I'm sorry it's taken so long to do this, but I very seldom have time downstairs where I'm undistracted. I was about to go do it right now, but right down there right now, Janice is here and she's cutting Mrs. Wallace's toenails downstairs. And if I'm around, I end up getting distracted. So we'll see.